Spiritual. My name is Shannon Gilmore. Hi, it is so nice to see you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today I want to talk about narcissists who are master manipulators of the human psyche. What they don't want you to know, well, we won't tell them what we know, that they know, that we don't know, that they know what we know. Does that even make sense? We make sense of the nonsensical on this channel. Welcome to Positively Spiritual. I am a life mentor. I am a peer support mentor. I am here helping you unpack the trials and tribulations of trauma through the spiritual lens. We praise Jesus on this channel, but with a non-denominational approach as we unpack the psychological aspects, but we don't always necessarily agree with the psychology. And we take a look at new modern scientific evidence that shows us who we are. Where science calls us energetic beings, the Bible says we are spiritual. So wherever you read energy and power and, energy and vibration, frequency, that is just what the Bible calls spirit. Hi, Mr. Osgood. Hello, Resista. How are you guys doing? How are you gentlemen doing? How are you? How is everyone? It's good to see you. Happy Saturday. We're going through another heat wave here in Ontario, and it seems like it's going to last for a week. They're forecasting till next Thursday. Oh my gosh. Hello, Sunny Flowers. Nice to see you. Welcome. I was just thinking about you, and I'm just like not hoping. Just got high hopes for you, girl, because I just feel like I just feel like you need a big hug right now, girl. So hugs to you. Hugs to you. So yeah. How is everyone? Hello, Jeanette. Hello, Sunny. Hello, Resistor. Hello, Mr. Osgood. Hello, everyone. I know my heart is huge, but it could use improvement. So yes, monk mode, exactly. Monk mode. I love that. So narcissists are I can't talk. Menaster. That's a new word. Menaster. Master and manipulators put into one. I made a new word. Menaster. That's what we do on this channel. Sometimes we fly by the seat of our pants, and sometimes my mind doesn't catch up with my tongue, and my tongue rules, and my mind just follows, and vice versa, and we just see what we come up with on this channel. Stone Soup, Stone Soup's pretty good. Good story. Anyways, just busy and tired, doing fine. Good for you, Cynthia. Good for you. Hello, Joe. Nice to see you. Welcome. Come on in. Master. I like that word. I know, right? Menaster. I know. Like, seriously. It's a Shannonism. Who knew? Who knew we could just come up with new words? Anyways, narcissists are master manipulators or menasters. There we go. Of the human psyche. They don't seek relationships in the traditional sense, where mutual respect and emotional reciprocity are foundational. Rather, they seek energetic supply. They get your attention by giving you positive attention and reinforcement with hidden motives to harvest your negative energy from you. Oh yeah. We're going to get into this because this is like sick. This is insidious. And the more that they can build you up to ensure that you take the bait, the more they give you the praises to make you feel good about yourself. As you feel good, you feel like you're accepted, you're wanted, you're desired, you're needed. They get you to feel all of this on purpose because there's a motive. The more emotionally invested you become into yourself and into the relationship, Bonjour, lips. Salut, bonjour, comment ça va? The more that they can build you up and get you to take the bait, the more emotionally invested you become in yourself and in the relationship, and the stronger your positive emotions are, so the more attached you become to the narcissist and the relationship itself as you form your identity within the relationship, the greater the payoff it is for them. So the higher in positive emotions you are, that shows the narcissist that when they start doing their dirty on you, the harder you're going to fall. Sorry if that clap was loud. Sorry. Didn't intend it to be, but yeah, for shock value. The higher you go up, the harder you fall. And that's exactly what they want. When they have your admiration, this to them is a form of control and dominance of you. The more elated you become in receiving their positive actions and attitude towards you, the more at ease you become and you drop down your guard. So you let them in, you start trusting them because you feel good. I mean, we don't remember what people said or did to us. We remember how they make us feel. So if somebody makes us feel good, we automatically start feeling good and we let down our guard as our body and our minds say, you're safe. When you're laughing, when you're smiling more, when you're giggling, when you're attentive and happy, you're in a bright, sunny space, and that sends messages to your body that you're in a safe place. So what happens is the narcissist gets you, when they start doing their nasty, they get you to distrust those happy, joyful feelings. They get you to distrust joy. They get you to distrust happy. They get you to distrust feeling safe. They get you to distrust God. And so when you're distrusting these happy feelings, oh, if it's too good to be true, it usually is. No, I can't feel happy because something bad is around the corner. What happens? You start staying in the hypervigilant mode. You start staying in this fight, freeze, or flight mode. You're in self-preservation mode, and that's exactly where they want you, because they don't want you trusting God. Because trusting God, there's power. You're protected. You're protected from the enemy. And if you're trusting God, if you're in your happy, because that's why the narcissist doesn't like you joyful, doesn't want you happy, doesn't like having you have good things, doesn't like having you celebrate your birthday or anniversaries, because you're happy in those moments. When you're happy, you are taking God with you. You are evoking God. You are letting God shine, because Jesus is joy. So when you're happy, they can't hurt you. So in order to hurt you, they then start dismantling and attacking you and the relationship, because you are happy in the relationship. You've invested yourself into the relationship, so you become the relationship. So the narcissist attacks your lack of self-individuation. Yes, I was always feeling like I was walking on a tightrope with them. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? It's really hard. So when they have your admiration, this to them is a form of control and dominance over you. And you're not any of the wiser, because you're trusting, you're happy, you're just letting things, go the way that they need to go, and everything's good, everything's bright and sunny with the world. And the more elated you become in receiving their positive actions and attitudes towards you, the more at ease your body starts to relax, and the more at ease you become, and you drop down your guard. And the more happier you are around the narcissist, the harder you will eventually crash and burn. That's what they want. And this is signaling to the narcissist when it is the exact time to pull the rug out from underneath you, when you're at the apex, when you are happy, joy, when you are elated, ecstatic, like every day you wake up and every day is a brand new day and you're so in love and so vibrant. I've got a friend, you got a friend in me. That song from Woody? Yeah. So it's like, you just wake up and the world is good. Like everything is suddenly right in this world with this friendship or this budding romance with the narcissist. And that's exactly where they want you. Because this is a signal to the narcissist. Okay, it's time to go for the jugular. So your happiness and joy are always used against you. Always, 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 always. The narcissist enters relationships to gain emotional supply. And yes, we know that. But it's hard to know that when your feelings are saying something so different. Your feelings are saying, no, this person is safe. This person is good. This person is good peeps. Like, no, I have them all wrong. I have them all figured out wrong. No, I feel so good. And this signals when you're in a relationship with a narcissist and you don't recognize what they're doing, this signals your emotional downfall, because what they need from you is for your negativity. They can't thrive on positivity. Healthy relationships are restorative. They restore love, and they bind people together in love. Excuse me. A relationship with a narcissist has that superficial feeling, but in actuality, narcissists deplete you of love. Ultimately, your heightened positive emotional reactions confirm to the narcissist their influence over you. They're like, I did that. Now watch what else I can do. And when they see just how happy you are, they take you down right when you are at the apex, the top of your emotion. When you're at your best of the best of your emotions, that's when they go for the jugular. Or right here. Which one is it? Which side? Doesn't matter, does it? So, hello everyone, welcome to Positively Spiritual. My name is Shannon Gilmore, and in today's video, we will be looking closely at the tactics narcissists use to get you into the heightened elation state or elevated state of joy and happiness and love. We know them well, and in today's video, I want to share with you the motive behind the tactics of the narcissist. We assume this is all a game to the narcissist. No, it's for their survival. It seems like they get their jollies seeing us squirm, right? Well, that may be true to some point, but they may be all giggly inside to know that they have all the power and they're thriving and surviving. Just like we thrive in moments of joy, well, our moments of downfall and pain and heartache and hurtache and, just an emotional mess, that's what brings them joy. We would say that's sadistic, but to them, it's not sadistic, it's just their reality. That's what brings them joy, because the narcissist is opposite to us. They are the anti-God. They are the antichrist of the world. So what they're doing is a tactical strategy to ensure their survival. See, when we see a cat play with a mouse, we assume that the cat is having fun, playing with their food, you know, tossing it. Tossing the cat up into the air, or the mouse into the air, right? The cat just, my parents always said when they saw our cat Misty tossing a mouse into the air, they'd say, "Oh, she's playing with her food. Oh, how funny. That's so cute. She's playing with her food." But no, cats are not playing with their food. This is, they're deliberate in what they're doing. We assume that the cat is playing with its meal before it eats it. But a cat is just creating a situation based on instincts, predatory instincts given to them from the wild. It's an action that produces a specific outcome. See, the mouse that is tossed up into the air and does flips in the air, well, what do you think is going to happen to the mouse? They're outside of their comfort zone as they normally walk with 4 feet on the ground. Now suddenly they're tossed up into the air. I mean, what do babies do with sudden noises and sudden movements? And that's why parents throw their kids up in the air, and what happens? A newborn baby, when you put them on the bed or on their the change table, and they're used to being surrounded and safe, and they're like got their arms out trying to gain balance and trying to feel like weird, they feel like unsafe, right? So this little mouse that's being tossed up into the air, the cat is being deliberate. The cat is instilling fear into that mouse. The mouse goes into a state of fear, shock, and panic as it tumbles into the air and back down, disorientated. See, most of us, like parents, when they toss their kids into the air, they think, like when the child is like a toddler, they throw their child up in the air and go, "Wee!" Well, okay, this gives the child a rush of endorphins and the feeling of free fall, and we as adults kind of like that feeling of free fall. But this establishes trust between the parent or the adult and the child, where the child has no choice but to trust. I'll toss you up into the air and I'll catch you. And most of us seek free falling situations on riding on roller coasters and zip lines. But to a mouse, they're discombobulated, they're dizzy, disorientated, so they can't get away when they touch down on the ground. And not only that, they're disorientated and they're full of fear and anxiety. And the cat who eats its prey alive has a feast on the blood of its prey, which is rich in enzymes and nutrients, as the immune system and the nervous system kicks into overdrive at the onset of danger. Cats love their adrenochrome. Yeah. Kind of gross, eh? One of the narcissist's greatest disorientating trick is to provoke reactions by making us feel safe first. These reactions are a form of fuel. Whether the emotion is anger, sadness, confusion, guilt, or anxiety. Now, the narcissist doesn't toss us up into the air, but they toss our feelings up into the air. And the more intense the situation, and the more we are focused on them in our intensity, in our loyalty, in our affections, admiration, well, this makes them feel more powerful, and the more damage is done. So the very act of pulling you out of your center validates their internal illusion of superiority. The manipulation, however, often happens covertly. It's a slow erosion of emotional peace, and over time, the target may start, excuse me, reacting automatically. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Your emotions are instinctual, as your emotions are evoked as they are a form of reaction to certain stimuli, right? So you're acting instinctively without recognizing that their entire emotional rhythm is being set by the narcissist dysfunction. So your emotional regulation and rhythm, your status quo, is being set by somebody else, not you. You're not in control. You think you might be, but you're not in control. The narcissist is tossing you up into the air with the I love yous and, the love bombing, the tactics, the, being in your life, being out of your life, breadcrumbing, love bombing, hoovering, all of this. And we're going to talk about that. See, Jesus warns us to watch out for wolves in sheep's clothing. Did you know that wolves also eat their prey alive? Like a cat? Coyotes do too. It's very disgusting. I lived on, most of you guys know that I lived on a farm and I didn't have any animals, but my neighbors did. And my neighbors would come over for a visit and they would tell me some stories about how the coyotes were eating the sheep through the fence. The coyote would dig underneath the fencing, the chicken wire or whatever it was, dig under the fencing and dig a hole and, get their head underneath the fencing and grab a sheep by the hoof and try to drag it. And if the hole wasn't big enough, they'd just start feasting. It's disgusting. Well, we think it's disgusting, but it's just animalistic behavior. There's no love involved. If an animal loved its food source, it would starve to death. So in nature, the wolf gives chase and wears its food out, leaving the poor animal weak, with its blood surging with fear and enzymes, hormones, adrenaline. And that's exactly how the narcissist likes to dine on us. We are the sheep. The narcissist is the wolf. And one common tactic is gaslighting. This is a psychological form of mind bending where the narcissist denies your reality, your feelings and your memories, even your perceptions. This is tossing our emotions up like we're being tossed up, just like we're the mouse being played with by the cat. And the narcissist might say, oh, you're being too sensitive. Or, no, that never happened. Or, you're always misunderstanding me. What the hell's wrong with you? Their aim is to make you discombobulated, question your sanity, confuse you. When a mouse is tossed up in the air and comes back, lands on the ground, it doesn't know which way is which. It doesn't know north and south, up from down, left to right. Like, we don't know. We're left without a compass when the narcissist starts gaslighting us. And this tactic is designed to get us to defend ourselves. And the hook for this is that once you start defending yourself, that's when the narcissist has you. They're going for the jugular. They've gotten the reaction they wanted. Because now you're in your feelings, confused, rattled, scared, disorientated. You can't trust yourself. You can't trust your environment. So if you can't trust something, what is the opposite of trust? Fear. The narcissist loves your fear. That's what they feed on. So your focus is no longer on what they did, but on how you perceived it. So your healthy response to this manipulation is just to stop defending yourself. Instead, validate your own experiences quietly. You don't have to convince the narcissist. That's not what they're looking for. Because the more you try to convince them, the more they're going to hunker down. They're not confused. They know exactly what they're doing. And when you no longer need their agreement to believe in your own truth and your own self and to validate yourself, you neutralize their tactic. No, 20 years were not wasted. I thought that about myself too, Cynthia. I thought about that myself. But the narcissist teaches you how to love yourself, how to love God, how to love other people, you can't, just think about it. We are all like Adam and Eve when we are born. We are born with this innocent quality in us where we have to be taught how to behave. We have to be taught how to think. We have to be taught what to think, how to say it, And so just think of yourself as being the childlike demeanor, like think of yourself as being Eve, if you will, being in the Garden of Eden. And there's no bad things in heaven. Like there is nothing in heaven that is bad and wrong. Everything is right. And with everything that is right, how would you know that it's right? How could you make that distinction? Are you making a choice? Well, you're not making a choice if there's no other choice to make. You're just living based on what you're receiving, what is in front of you. And if all that is in front of you is good, how do you know it's good? It's like if you were never taught the color green, I got a green pen here. If you were never taught the color green and you were surrounded by the color green, maybe you were, let's just make this simple. You were in a room all the time, you never left that room, and it was green, but nobody told you that color. You wouldn't know that it's green. You wouldn't even probably know that it's color. You'd be desensitized to it. You just accept the color and not knowing what it is, you'd never question it. What's this color? Why is the walls green? You wouldn't know anything. You wouldn't know the color green to even question it. Because if you knew that there was color green, if somebody said, okay, your walls are green. Oh, okay, so that's green. Well, what does that mean? And then somebody would have to point out to you, well, that means that there's other colors. What are the other colors? Show me. Okay, so they put another color your way. This is pink. This is green. Suddenly, the green color, wow, is the green. You start appreciating it. The green is beautiful. Wow, I never knew it. And suddenly you look at your walls differently. Suddenly life inside of those walls, your room just becomes so beautiful. And then you look at the pink and you're like, that's beautiful too. And they complement each other. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful combination. I think I want pink pillows now. I want to keep the walls green, but I want pink pillows. See that? That's exactly what's happening when we get together with the narcissist. We were not shown unconditional love, but unconditional love is who we are. And so we get to love the narcissist with unconditional love. And so when we love the narcissist with unconditional love, yeah, it's painful. It's extremely painful. But the pain is to show us that unconditionally, we're not quite unconditionally loving yet, because when you unconditionally love somebody, there is no pain. We are being made to see through example of exactly how God loves us. Do you think, excuse me, many people don't want to hear this, but you know what? We are narcissists to God. It's just the way it is. How many times have you promised God something and you didn't follow through on that promise because you forgot, because and then your ego reminds you, or sorry, the Holy Spirit inside of you reminds you, you know, you made that promise to God not to eat that second donut and to go on a diet. Did I? Well, not today. You know, that's narcissistic. That's thinking of yourself, not thinking about the promise that you made to God out of love. That's showing that you really don't love God, that you're not honoring your promise. Your word is not your bond. So we are being shown that if God had not known himself, God does know himself. Had God not known himself, he would have felt exactly what we feel every time we have been hurt by the narcissist. And so this is an opportunity for us to get to know ourselves, to love our neighbor as ourselves, because now nobody can, you can say that the narcissist hurt you, but okay, they did because you were young and naive. Not stupid, just naive. You didn't know what you didn't know. But now that you know, now you're learning that nobody can hurt you unless you give them permission to. Because people treat you the way that they see you treat yourself. And that's exactly what the narcissist is showing us. That's not their motive, but that's God's motive. God turns every bad thing around for our good and uses it as a teaching lesson. So another method that the narcissist uses is triangulation. This is when they bring in another person, real or fabricated, to create jealousy, competition, and insecurity. They might say, oh, well, so-and-so agrees with me. Or, you know what, you should be more like him. You should be more like her. Or, my ex never treated me this way. This creates a sense of displacement in you. You feel unworthy, inferior, or anxious that you're being replaced. But the reality is, this is just bait. The narcissist wants you to perform better to secure their approval. Because when they take their approval away, that's exactly ultimately what they're trying to do, is they want to secure that you will do everything for them. You will move heaven and earth for them, so that when they take away their affection and their attention, it's going to hurt you that much more. Because when they take away their time, their attention, their affection from you, you're going to be left with a surge of fear racing through your blood that they feed off of. When you look upon this, when you look at the narcissistic relationship, it all boils down to fear. That's it. And your healthy response for triangulation, detach. I know for me, some of my responses with the narcissist when they want to triangulate and bring a third party in when the third party isn't there, I'll just say, you know what, I'm uncomfortable talking about this person because they're not here to defend themselves. That shuts them up right now. So recognize that anyone who compares you to others is not seeing your inherent worth. The rule in this world, the rule of heaven is we don't compete for love. Love just is. We don't compete for it. We don't earn it. We give it and we receive it. That's it. We don't create it, we don't earn it, and we don't work for it. We just give it and receive it because we are love. You embody love. You're not in a race. You're in a relationship with yourself, and that's what the narcissist exposes in you when they leave. You turn to yourself instead of turning on yourself, because that's what happens in a narcissistic relationship. They have you turn on yourself. You who are love are forced to turn on yourself and betray the love that's in you. You are love. You can't be separate from it. So when you're in a relationship with and someone tries to keep you insecure, that's not a relationship. It's psychological warfare. Your stillness and silence becomes your shield. You don't chase, you choose peace. Narcissists also use blame shifting. Whenever they're confronted, they will find a way to make it your fault. They could have exploded in rage, and they could say to you, why do you yell at me? Why are you disrespecting me? Like, you're the one who's being disrespected, and you'll say, stop disrespecting me, or don't yell at me. And they're saying, I'm not yelling, you're yelling. And they respond with, well, if you weren't so annoying, I wouldn't have to yell. Like, seriously? Like, really? This reversal is meant to confuse your sense of justice. It plants doubt and leads you to believe that you caused their behavior. This is the crack in the wall where your boundaries begin to leak. The mature response is to say, you know what? Your reaction is your responsibility. My request was valid and I stand by it. And you can speak this out loud or internally if speaking out loud feels unsafe. But always affirm your truth to yourself. You're not responsible for another adult's emotional regulation. That's what they want us to believe. The blame shifting is a tactic to get us to emotionally destabilize, fearing that we are to blame for disappointing them and harming the relationship. Our fear is their honey, basically. They are energy harvesters with a motive, and their motive is to survive, to overpower, to outlive, to live, and to destroy us. And this is a spiritual war, my friends, and it's serious business because it is all about the blood. It's about the bloodline. So if you guys like this video so far, if you like this video's perspective, please give it a like, subscribe to this channel, and click the notification bell, because we are here twice a day, 1 o'clock and 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so very much. So the next one is the silent treatment. This is another powerful manipulation tool, and it's meant to punish and control, and it creates anxiety in the target in you and forces you to ruminate. What did I do wrong? And the narcissist remains emotionally unavailable until you submit, apologize, or grovel. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. Oh yeah, they reappear when they sense that your need for resolution or connection is paramount. Like you will move heaven and earth. You will do anything. You will beg, plead. You will lie, cheat, and steal to get your way back into the narcissist's life. And they know it. And they'll monopolize on that. So to counteract this, see the silent treatment for what it is. an adult tantrum. It's not silence for healing or introspection. It's silent for domination, and it's avoidant behavior. So don't chase silence. You lean into your own voice. You validate yourself. Use the silent treatment as a moment to reflect on how emotionally unsafe this dynamic is. And go do something for you. Go be you. Go have fun. Chasing the narcissist only gives them permission to chase you back. This isn't a friendly game of tag. They chase you so they can devour you. So choose to speak to yourself kindly. Reach out to safe connections and reclaim your space from this emotional manipulation. Seek God, seek His word, spend time with God in prayer, talk to God out in the open, and just, what I do is I imagine God with me. I imagine Jesus sitting in the chair next to me, and I'll just sit and talk like I'm having a therapy session. And I'll be like, God, I really don't like how this happened. I don't like, what do you think? How should I react? Like, what is happening? What's the underpinning? What's the spiritual nuance that I'm not seeing, God? I need your help. And He shows up and He helps. So choose to speak to yourself kindly. Okay, that's the number one thing. I am not who the narcissist says I am. I am not who they are trying to make me feel. I am more than what they are saying. I am more than what they are leading me to believe. I believe in myself. It doesn't matter if they don't believe in me. I believe in myself. I've been hurt by the narcissist because I don't believe in myself. The narcissist doesn't want me to believe in myself. So how do I get the best revenge? I'm going to believe in myself. I may not feel it right away. It may feel uncomfortable to start believing in myself and saying that I love me and I'm good and I'm kind and I'm nurturing and I'm awesome and I'm tenacious and and it's hard to say that I'm proud of me, but I'm going to do it. Come hell or high water, I'm going to do it. I'm going to rise above this because I do know my worth, and you inherently do know your worth because that's what the light in you knows, His worth, and you are one with Him. And so the light always champions for itself. The light is always self-invested, and the light is life. So of course you're going to choose life. So you're going to choose. You're choosing to heal. You're choosing to rise above. Even if you don't think so, that's what's happening. Then there's the hoovering. This usually happens after a discard or when they sense you are pulling away. Suddenly they're charming again. They miss you. They love you. They want to fix things. They send along texts, old photos, memories, flowers, mementos. But it's not about love. It's about regaining control. Narcissists don't miss you. They miss the supply. They play the long game. That's right, sunny flowers, exactly. They make you irrelevant, yes. So when they hoover, the goal is to suck you back into the dysfunction so they can cycle that abuse. They can cycle that abuse and have that restart and have it start all over again. But when you see the hoover, the healthy response is, do not answer that text. Do not answer that phone call. Do not respond to that Facebook friend request. Remember who they were when they were hurting you. Remember who they were when you were hurting because they were the cause for that hurt. Don't remember who they pretended to be when you were establishing trust with them. Don't listen to anything that they have to say. Just don't listen to it. Watch the patterns. You can respond with silence or with a calm, clear boundary. But you must respond with your soul intact. Respond with clarity. Make it clear. Don't be coy. Don't play hard to get. No. Be stoic. Be upfront. Be honest. No. My no means no. Go away. Or just like how Jesus said, go away. Your heart are, you honor me with your lips, but your heart is far from me. Go away. I never knew you. There we go. Then there's the projection. This is another reaction baiting tactic. They accuse you of what they themselves have done or are doing. If they are cheating, they will accuse you of being unfaithful. If they are lying, they will accuse you of being dishonest. The aim is to confuse you and to disorientate you and to get you to focus on disapproving the accusation. But the truth is, they're telling on themselves. What they say about you reveals to you who they are. Projection is a mirror held backwards. So your mature response is to resist the urge to defend every false claim. Stand rooted in your character, speak the truth where necessary, and don't fight the ghosts. If someone doesn't know you after all the time you've shared, they're not interested in knowing the truth. They're not interested in knowing you. They're interested in controlling the narrative. They're interested in controlling you. And your job is to walk in the truth, not argue for it. Your reality is your reality. That's what you can say. You know what? You want to accuse me? That's fine. But I know where I've been and I know my truth and I'm standing by my truth. And I have witnesses to prove that truth if you really want to go there. Another common manipulation is intermittent reinforcement. This sets up the trauma bond. This is the cycle of giving, withholding affection and approval or attention. And they love bomb you one day, then they ignore you the next. This creates a trauma bond. Your brain begins to associate their moments of affection as rewards, and you start craving the approval more than recognizing the inconsistency. This keeps you in limbo. Am I prey or am I not? This trauma bond keeps you guessing, so you never recognize the danger you're in, as it keeps the narcissist entertained so that they can siphon and spiritually bleed you dry of your emotional worth. This is psychological addiction to the maybe today they will be good. Maybe I'll get love. Maybe we'll go here and maybe we'll do this. Maybe we'll get married one day. Maybe they love me enough to spend the rest of their life with me. The mature response is to remove yourself from the slot machine of unpredictability. Love is not a gamble. Love is consistent, and Jesus teaches us consistency. Let your yes be yes, your no, no, any excuses of the evil one. When you make a vow, you honor it. You hold yourself to your vow. But see, the thing is, we hold ourselves to the vow with the narcissist, because I know I did in my marriage. I said to God, I made this vow to you, God. I made it to you and the narcissist. And when I married him, I promised to love him forever. Well, I can love him and hate him. I don't hate him in the way of being like having this abhorrence from, I hate what he did. I hate what my ex-husband did to me. I hate what he did to us. I hate that he ruined the potential. But I love the moments that my side of the relationship, I loved. All I'm worried about, I'm not even worried, that's the wrong use of words. All I'm concerned about is the role that I played, and I played it to the best of my ability. I gave him my best. And I don't care if what he did to me in those moments of me giving my best, if his motives were to take me down or not, those moments that I chose to cherish and see love and get benefit of love from it, that's authentic. That's a reflection of me. And instead of ruminating on the negative of he did this, he cheated, he ruined, he pushed me up the stairs, he did this, he put his hand around my throat and threatened my life, blah, blah, blah. And instead of thinking all of that, those days are over. I now can look at the times where those moments caused me to rush to God, to go to God in prayer. And to pick myself up when he wouldn't tell me that he loved me, I told myself I loved me. And I spent time with our daughter, and I spent time working on myself, honing in on my trauma and really fixing it and helping myself. I became a better person from his evil nature trying to make me out the worst person possible. I'm not going to let him take everything from me. No way. No way. Don't let the narcissist take everything from you, because the relationship was fraudulent from his perspective, but from yours, it wasn't. You learned how to love yourself. That's a blessing. So when you start seeing their inconsistency as manipulation rather than mystery, as we're all attracted to the mystery, right? You're already healing. And have you ever went through an invasion of privacy with the narcissist? This is another reaction-seeking behavior. They read your messages, track your movements, snoop and interrogate you under the guise of concern. It's not about care. It's about control. They want to remind you that you're not free. This can lead to feeling constantly watched, which breeds anxiety. So they want you not feeling safe in your environment with them. And the mature response is to create emotional distance and practical safeguards. Don't explain your every move. Privacy is not secrecy. It's a basic human right. When someone violates it repeatedly, they don't trust you because they themselves are untrustworthy. That's the bottom line. And you can respond by reinforcing your boundaries, not offering more transparency in hopes of earning their trust. That's what I did. And no, it doesn't get you anywhere. Narcissists also use mockery and minimization to provoke you. They may ridicule your passions, your dreams, your beliefs, your pain. They think of nothing but destruction. Exactly. They might call you dramatic, crazy, or too much, over the top. This is designed to make you small, to get you to second guess yourself and second guess the importance of your feelings and your imprint in this world. The goal is to shame you into silence, but here's your counter move. Reclaim your dignity. Never hand over your sense of self to someone who makes you feel like a burden. This is where you reel in your feelings, recall them back, and give those feelings that you once gave to the narcissist, give them to you, and allow yourself to just explore you. Get to know yourself. The goal is to keep you in a state of spiritual weakness. The negative emotions that surge through your veins are a sweet scent that the narcissist tastes through their nostrils. And when you have had your hormonal dump for the day in fear, that's when they feed. The narcissist is a glutton. They lust for your negative vibration. It's not just food for them. It keeps them connected to a state of being that is their only mode, their only route for survival. If they can't feed to maintain their sense of self, they atrophy. Either, sooner or later they do this. And if they can't feed on you, that's why they go to another source of supply. But eventually their sources of supply run out. And if they can't find the supply, they become, well, they transfer into a state of nothingness. It's like, fear feeds on itself. Fear destroys, and so you've got fear feeding on itself. It's the Ouroboros eating its tail, the snake eating its tail, right? That's what they are. That's what they become. And this is a spiritual war. The narcissist doesn't recognize this, but the spiritual war is they are trying to hide your light. They are trying to subdue your light and overcome, overpower, overwhelm you with all these negative feelings that is like the covering the light. So you're so concerned with dealing with these negative feelings that you can't see the light inside of you anymore. So all you're doing is focusing on the feelings, these negative feelings, and you're distracted by these feelings, and you can't see the light. So this is how they try to overpower God, by overpowering you, a child of God. So I'm here to tell you that your emotions matter. Hey Cody, nice to see you. Welcome. They're like a black hole versus electricity ball trying to get out. Exactly. This is why he still goes to the raves and clubs in his mid-40s, supply like a vampire. Yeah, he's superficial. Narcissists are superficial, and that's all. This world has entertainment that serves the narcissist. The fast cars, the fast women, the clubs, the raves, the bars, the highfalutin restaurants, the hoity-toity places. It's all to keep up appearances, to make them feel like they are so important. It feeds their superficial lust and gluttony. So his fancy sneaker collection, yeah, they're superficial and vague. There's no depth to them. So your emotions matter. Your voice matters. You don't need to shout it to prove it. Quiet confidence is far more disarming than reactive anger. Just walk away with grace. They don't get to define your worth anymore. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. And finally, one of the most dangerous tools narcissists use to provoke reactions is playing the victim. They will cry. They will act helpless. Share sob stories, especially when you begin to hold them accountable. Oh my gosh, look out. This makes you feel guilty, as if your boundaries are causing them pain. Suddenly, you're the abuser and they're the wounded child. This reversal is meant to flip the script and get you to abandon your truth in favor of their comfort. But the mature response is to recognize the difference between guilt and manipulation. Empathy is a beautiful trait, but when it's weaponized against you, it becomes your Achilles heel. You can care with distance. You can witness their pain without taking it on. And you can say, I'm sorry you feel that way, but I still need to honor my truth. And at the core of all these tactics is one thing. Narcissists are addicted to emotional power because they need your negative energy to survive. Can you just see it now? Can you just see the hidden agenda in all of this? The narcissist is a bottom feeder, feeding off of the negative output of humanity. They're feeding on it and they're projecting it back out. They're feeding on it and projecting it, vomiting it back out. Our negative emotions are the awful that nobody wants. Why do you think we avoid looking at the pain within? The narcissist needs us to identify with these emotions so that they can live. The narcissists of this world are parasitic vampires that feed off of life, that life that is in the blood. And that's just their curse. That's just the way it is. They are fueled by hatred and a need to survive. God told the enemy in the garden, you will eat of the dust of the earth. Well, where did Adam come from? So, yeah, it's only natural that the narcissist would feed off of the dust of the earth, mankind. The predators of this world feed on flesh and blood and target their prey and give chase just to gain the blood-borne nutrients that feed the predatory instincts of the animal predator. Narcissists are no different. The darkness feeds off of the light by dimming the light so darkness can flourish. The narcissist dims our light, our life's blood, so that they can feed off of the natural nature of humanity, which is sinful. This is Bible. This is what God says, that the natural nature of man is sinful, and that's what the narcissist feeds off of. Sin isn't just negative actions, it's negative thinking, negative feelings. And the narcissist feeds off of our sin nature. They eat it. The narcissists are the vulnerable ones, not us. They're unable to change their likeness to become strong in Christ because they've been forsaken by Christ, because they're not meant to be saved by the blood of Jesus. They fear vulnerability, so they dominate. They fear intimacy, so they sabotage. They fear exposure, so they manipulate, because that's who they are. They are fearful creatures. They are creatures of the darkness. They shun the light. They are the opposite of divinity because they hate divinity. What did the enemy want to do? I mean, what was the Tower of Babel meant for? It was meant to build. Nimrod built a tower all the way to reach heaven so that they could reach heaven, go to heaven, overthrow God's kingdom, as the enemy wants to sit on God's throne. It can't be done. And our job is not to fix the narcissist. Our job is to go back home. Our job is to remember why we came here on earth. To heal ourselves so we can help heal others, because we are to be reunited in heaven. Earth is not our home. So heal you. The moment you stop reacting, the moment you begin observing instead of absorbing, you take back your energy. And your energy reignites to outshine the darkness they projected onto you. Healing is not about becoming unbothered. It's about becoming unshakable. It's about becoming like God. You want to be like God. That's what the born again experience is. Christians preach, are you born again? No, none of us are yet. And that doesn't need to be offensive. Who do you know in this world carries the Christ-like character through and through? Who do you know is looking to have that Christ-like character and not just say it? Who do you know is working out their sinful ways? You are, I am, all of us on this channel. That's why we do this. We meet here twice a day, every day, so that we don't forget. You can't have the character change. You can't have the born again experience if you aren't reborn with a new character. Some Christians are taught, as I was taught in the Pentecostal church, that, as soon as you give your life to Jesus, that's it. Somehow he just makes you new. And no, you have to work this out. We have to work out our salvation with fear and trembling. If all we had to say was yes to Jesus, then why is the ministry of Jesus so important? God doesn't waste his efforts. God doesn't waste his time. So Jesus's ministry was meant for us to follow because he taught how to follow him. You want to become like me? You want to be born again? You want to be born of the spirit and the blood, the living waters? Then you have to act like me. And this is what it is. We're learning how to act in unconditional love by loving somebody who doesn't want unconditional love, can't receive it, never will receive it, and yet we still love them. And we come out hurt from loving them because we do not yet understand and see the unconditional love for what it is, as we do not yet love ourselves to allow God to love us. You want God to love you? You want God's blessings on you? Start loving yourself and saying, I deserve it. Stop thinking that you have to earn God's love. Stop thinking that, oh, I need to do this better before I receive a blessing. I need to do this. I need to work. I need to do this. Blah, blah, blah. That's what the narcissist and what this world has taught you. They have to work. Why? Because they are no longer in God's favor. So they work to favor themselves. They earn their own favor. They earn each other's favor. Because they cannot receive God's favor because they've already been judged. Their ego has been judged. That's why they project their ego onto us. This is a spiritual warfare. They're trying to corrupt the bloodline by forcing us to believe that we are corruptible or corrupted through and through forever, and so that we'll never see Jesus in us, who liberates us from that corruption. We have been liberated by the cross of Jesus. God bless you too, Resistor. God bless you, everyone. I like that. So healing is not about becoming unbothered. Yeah, it's going to bother you. It's about becoming unshakable, like Jesus. Every time somebody hurts you, it's like, not my wheelhouse, sorry. When you understand that people treat you the way that they see you treat yourself, you will have your power back. Even when the words of the narcissist sting, you return to your breath. When their silence echoes, you return to your center. When their charm returns, you remember the cost. This is how you take your power back, not through revenge, not through confrontation, but through spiritual maturity. You become the peace they can no longer penetrate. You become the mirror they cannot distort. You become the truth that no longer needs defending. And that is the beginning of real freedom. What the narcissist has done to us has caused us to know and understand who we are ultimately. When you are willing to reframe, and we talk about reframing. Reframing is healing. This is what therapists do. Therapists teach us how to reframe the situation. Instead of dwelling on the past, dwelling on the negatives, turn that negative into a positive. You are of the light. And when you walk in light, because you are the light, the narcissist can never reach in and pull out your darkness to harvest it again. And the importance of this, understanding who you are, is so that God says this, that light cannot deal with darkness. What association does darkness have with light? We know that God is light. In him there is no darkness. He has nothing to do with darkness at all. That is what is supposed to be us. We are not supposed to think about darkness. We are not supposed to dwell on it. We're not supposed to think about the narcissist. We're not supposed to dwell on them. Narcissist who? You are to get so busy in your Father's business, be about his house and his business, you don't have time to think about the narcissist. And how you do that is get busy working on yourself. Stop lamenting and start rejoicing. that's my time for today. Thank you everyone for joining me. My name is Shannon Gilmore. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. And click the notification bell because we are here twice a day, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, 10 o'clock in the evening, Eastern time. And this video is, we survive on your support. So if you want to share this video, please share it with your peeps on your social media platforms. And if you so feel moved, we'd appreciate your donations because your donations keep us here twice a day. So thank you very much. The link for our donations is in the description of this video. And who am I that you want to listen to this video and keep returning? I am a peer support mentor. I do have crisis outreach training. What that means is I've been trained to communicate and listen and help you work out the details of your life, the crisis in your life, and help you see from a new perspective. I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to listen. I'm not here to approve of your life's decisions. I'm not here to approve of what you did wrong, what you did right. No. I'm neutral and I'm here to just share with you. What do you think about this? From my perspective, this is what I see. Does that resonate with you? If it does, okay, let's work from there. If it doesn't, well, what do you think? Share with me what your perspective is. I'm not here to tell you that you're right or wrong. I'm here to help you make your own decisions that you approve for you. Because you need to start championing your own success. You need an advocate, and that's who I am. So if you want to get in on a one-on-one hour-long conference call, the link is in the description of this video. I'm here for you guys. If you guys have questions, comments, and suggestions, you're welcome to email me. If you have a topic that you want to see on this video channel, then please scoop me off an email, shannongilmore@protonmail.com. And Resistor has been posting the links in our chat. So thank you, Resistor, and thank you, everyone. I look forward to seeing you guys tonight if you're willing to hang with us. Happy Saturday. Enjoy your afternoon and enjoy the heat wave. Yeah, okay, I just totally messed that up. All right. I love you guys. God bless. See you soon. Bye-bye.